I'm finally gonna do it. The one thing that I base my channel off of, I have not done in a year, and that is make Ninjago videos. So today, I'm here to stop and rank all 11 seasons of Ninjago, from the worst to the best. Hey everyone, SW Nation here. If you like this video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll post some more Ninjago videos. Please note that everything that I say in this video is just my personal opinion. My list is certainly not the right list, and I did include Day of the Departed and the pilot season inside of this, and March of the Oni, but I did not include the shorts. So, without further ado, let's get into the ranking. Kicking off our list at number 14 is the pilot season, and I can't say that this is actually a season because it only has 2 episodes, but I think it's a season since it is the pilot and this is the first introduction that we have to the show. And in actuality, I love this. It shows how distinct all the characters are, and I have a lot of nostalgia for it. It shows all their different colors and their different elements and where these characters came from, and they have different backgrounds of where they came from, and it just makes it for a whole lot of fun that these characters have different viewpoints on the world and they're just duking it out. That's what I like about the show, and that's what I thought the pilot season was. And I felt like it didn't have this distinct flair to it as the original seasons were, because the skeleton army was dumb and underutilized, and the dialogue wasn't the best. And I actually wanted to see more of them facing struggles by getting the golden weapons than just a montage. But that's just me, and it's a great introduction to our show as a whole, and it also shows how far we've come as fans.
Father would not want you to do this, brother.
Coming in at number 13 is the Ice chapter from season 11. It's good that Zane is put front and center again, but he's not shown as the Ice Emperor until the last 3 episodes. I like the fact that the Never Realm is a new realm that we've never been to, and instead of staying inside of the compounds of Ninjago City, we get to explore this new realm that we've never seen before, filled with ice. And I felt like that was good because this chapter is all about the Ice Emperor and Zane. I like the fact that the 11 minutes is a thing, but honestly, this chapter of the season is forgettable and unnecessary. But I do feel like this chapter of the season is higher quality than the chapter that came before it. Coming in at number 12 is the Fire chapter from season 11. The 11 minutes here are executed better, but the story of Asphira is bad though. This is the most rewatchable chapter, but the Ice chapter had better side stories that contributed to the main story, whereas this chapter's side stories did not contribute to the main story that much, and they just ended up as filler episodes. But what brings this chapter up than the Ice chapter was the use of the Forbidden Spinjitzu. The animation is big, fun, and vibrant, and has a lot of vibrant colors with the orange and the red, and Sensei Wu's mistake, as this showing that Sensei Wu is not a perfect master, but he is a flawed human being. But this season should not exist, and it's only here to sell toys. But Kai being stripped away from his powers give us a lot of character development moments, as Kai is feeling helpless throughout the chapter. Coming in at number 11 is Day of the Departed. Now, a lot of people will have this as the lowest of the low, but really I kind of enjoyed this little Halloween special, but Cole deserved better, especially because he turns back into a human and he gets his RX form back. This should have been a season, and it definitely could have worked as a season, but I guess with their lower budget they did not have the luxury of making this a 10 episode season. Instead, they just made it a Halloween special with the villains and the ghosts coming back. But the villains and Sensei Yang storyline would have been amazing as 10 episodes, and I think every Ninjago fan agrees on this. Kicking off our top 10 list is March of the Oni. Garmadon's Oni form is very cool, but it's kind of weird seeing this and seeing them market it as a season, especially seeing them market it as Cole's season, because Cole has nothing to do with this. But Garmadon is unpredictable throughout the entire season, but Cole still deserved better, and it wasn't even his season despite them trying. And it's just messed up how Nia could have been so stupid in this season. Like, Nia's never this dumb. She wasn't even this dumb in Hunted. She wasn't this dumb in Sons of Garmadon. She wasn't even this dumb when she was acting like in season 6. So I really don't understand why she killed Cole, air quotation marks. I mean, look at where they're dragging him. Like, Cole was supposed to be one of the most respected characters in Ninjago, and they just drag him like that. and then tried to cut it off like he died. Like, come on. Cole cannot survive that fall unless he was an Oni. But I like speculating that. I like speculating that Cole maybe was an Oni the entire time, but he just still deserved better, and it wasn't even his season despite them trying. But the Golden Weapons coming back are great, and it isn't a satisfying ending to Ninjago as a whole. And if you watched from the pilot all the way to now, you will feel satisfied. You will hate this 4-part season, but you will feel satisfied because this is a satisfying conclusion with Nia marrying Jay and the ninjas just living out the rest of their lives in the monastery together, and they have a whole legacy painting of all their adventures on the mural. So it's very cool seeing this come full circle. And just don't watch Secrets of the Forbidden Spinjitzu. I mean, if you're a fan of Ninjago, you want to see some more like fun action comedy and stuff like that, and you don't want to see more of a more centralized story, you can watch Secrets of the Forbidden Spinjitzu. But if you want to see more of a centralized story arc throughout this entire Ninjago thing, don't watch Secrets of the Forbidden Spinjitzu. But I do not like the fact that this is the last thing that we see of the Oni trilogy, and it is the worst one. We started off amazing, excellent with Sons of Garmadon, went down to great, good with Hunted, and now to bad and okay with March of the Oni. So just be aware of what you're getting yourself into. Coming in at number 9 is Season 7, Hands of Time. Now, the Time Twins are very cool, and their elemental powers are very cool as well. I love seeing the other elemental masters, especially the Master of Ice and Jay's mother, the Master of Lightning, but I wish that we had more to see of them because they were only in flashbacks and in the last episode. But the Time Twins' motivations are pretty bad, but like I said before, their elemental powers are amazing because if you can control time, you can control everything. The season is mostly forgettable, and with the way lower budget, the animation here is just bad. I mean, I feel like this and the Time Twins is the most memorable thing about this season because the skies are just orange and blue at the same time. I don't know what they were thinking with the animation. It just looks really bad here. And the team is split throughout the entire season, and it's kind of hard to resonate with them as a team because Jay and Cole have their mission to go to, Zane and Lloyd have their mission to go to, Nia has her own side plot, and Kai has his own side plot. So it's kind of hard to resonate with them as a team, especially because this is going to be the last time we see these original designs before the movie hits theaters. So I kind of wish we saw more of them as a team in these original designs before the movie even hit theaters. Coming in at number 8 is Season 1, Rise of the Snakes. Now, the Fame Blade storyline is very cool, and the mystery of the Green Ninja is also very cool. And for a minute, I actually thought it was going to be Kai. I have a lot of nostalgia for Season 1, especially because I started at episode 12, then I went back to watch the whole series again, right in time for episode 13 next week. And it was very cool. I love seeing the elemental weapons aspect. I love seeing the true potential aspects. And I love finding out that Lloyd was the actual Green Ninja. My favorite ninja discovered who was going to be the Green Ninja. So the first one who discovered who was going to be the Green Ninja. My favorite ninja, Kai, did that. So that's what I loved about this season because it was just full frontal Ninjago. It was just ninjas fighting snakes, and I loved that. I loved the animation here. But the only reason why it's just a little bit lower on my list is because it's a little bit Star Wars-y, like with the Chosen One being the child that has to fight their dark, evil dad. It's kind of familiar. Coming in at number 7 is Season 6, Skybound. Technically, this season does not exist. Nia's death is just a little bit emotional, but is cut short because Jay rewrote history with his last wish, which kind of makes him the most powerful ninja. Theory? Nia is annoying throughout this entire season, and everyone is just dumb in this season for no reason except for Jay. My favorite ninja, Kai, is written so horribly in this season, and I hate it. I don't even know how I tolerated it because he was the first ninja to get captured by the Jin Blade. and he was just out of character throughout the entire season. The ninja replacements did make for some good characters to come back though, including Skylar and I guess Dareth. I guess he's a good character. I don't know. And Ronan, that's the one I was looking for. Ronan was the one that I was looking for, not Dareth. Dareth is trash. And I felt like the prison storyline should have been longer. I wish maybe 3 to 4 episodes. 3 to 4 episodes of them in prison I would have liked. But I guess I'm fine with the 2 episodes that we got. I mean, the season could not hold all of that stuff throughout the entire season. But also, like, the animation is kind of weird here. It's like the season itself breaks the fourth wall a little bit like that. But all in all, this is a great season. And I was actually excited when this season came out because I watched every episode of it. Every day that it aired, I watched every episode of it. So it's pretty cool that we get to see them work as a team again. And Nia finally gets back with Jay, and she doesn't act like a total all the time. So it's pretty cool. Coming in at number 6 is season 3 Rebooted. I mean, come on. It couldn't have been 10 episodes. I was anticipating this. When it was announced that we were going to have a season 3, I actually thought there was going to be a purple ninja because I was looking online. I saw a purple ninja doing Spinjitzu. I'm like, bro, purple ninja's going to join the ninjas. And then they're saying it's going to be Lloyd's good dad. This is going to be an amazing season. But I realized that was false. I got scammed. And I was an idiot for believing that. But having Lloyd in this and actually seeing him use his golden power and having him have golden Spinjitzu was very cool to see. But Zane's death scene was one of the saddest death scenes in all of Ninjago, and this season was very intelligent by the way they used their ninja, the way they used the villains, the way they used the henchmen. A lot of things in this season was very intelligent and smart, especially because the series was supposed to end after season 2, The Legacy of the Green Ninja, and people wanted to see more of the show. They wanted to see more of the story. So they brought us the masterpiece that is season 3. Now, the only reason why I have it lower is because most of the episodes are not rewatchable. And I could not follow the episodes that well because the episodes were spaced out all throughout the year. There were some in February, which where I was at, we had a snowstorm, and that was the first 2 episodes, and I was so excited to watch them. I was sitting in my house, warm, drinking hot cocoa, watching the first 2 episodes of season 3. Then we had one in April, and then we had one in June or July, and then we had one in November. And I mean, it was kind of hard to watch these episodes because they were so spaced out, but I really loved the season, and Zane was very cool to sacrifice himself. Pun intended. So it was very cool to see him sacrifice himself for the greater good, and I peeped what he did. He got himself a new body by sacrificing himself because he couldn't go to Cyrus Borg and ask for one. He wanted to get a new body for Pixel, but you know why he didn't go to Cyrus Borg for that? Because that was going to be a simp move. See, Zane be thinking, and I peeped what Zane did. He sacrificed himself and got a new body, but he still got his elemental powers. So I peeped what he did. So Zane, he's just the smartest character in all of Ninjago, and he actually deserved to have this season ranked this high on the list. Kicking off our top 5 list is season 9 Hunted. Now, Hunted is just as good as it gets. Wu, from a child to an adult, learning with his ninja is very smart and clever. The way Ninjago just juggles these 2 different storylines on these 2 different realms is so amazing. And this season continues the SOG storyline, and Lloyd is nerfed, and it is especially interesting. It is especially interesting for him to learn how to fight hand to hand without his powers. Again, it's especially interesting to find him get back on his feet and be the leader that Ninjago needs in this time of chaos and crisis. So it is very cool seeing Lloyd like this in this vulnerable state, and it's very cool seeing Master Wu, like I said before, training with his ninja, and his ninja are giving him life lessons and such like that. So it's very cool that this season was able to juggle these 2 different storylines and make them cross over in a way that feels smooth and coherent at the same time. And with him being the leader of the resistance, Lloyd is very cool, but kind of also Luke Skywalker like. Just like I said before with the Rise of the Snakes, this is kind of Star Warsies like without the first realm. But in the Ninjago part of the season, it's kind of more Star Warsy like with the resistance and you're fighting this dark evil lord. That's what I got from the season. But all in all, the season is very cool and I love the darker tone in this. And I felt like this was a little bit brighter tone than Sons of Garmadon, but hey, who am I to judge? Sons of Garmadon was great. Hunted is also great, but Hunted is a little bit under Sons of Garmadon, but it is a lot over March of the Oni. Coming in at number 4 is Season 5, Possession. Now, Moro is one of the best villains here, and I felt like this was one of the first seasons that Ninjago actually took a darker turn for this season and for the series as a whole, but really it still kept the lighthearted fun that we had in the previous seasons. I love seeing the ninja being nerfed because they're going back to their original roots, but the ghosts are pretty dumb, but they do pave a way for Nia to become a ninja. Like I said before, taking the ninja back to their roots makes them rely on their wit and their skills with their swords and their shurikens instead of relying on the fact that they can create fire with their hands or make earthquakes with their feet. It's very cool seeing that Kai is acting as a big brother to Lloyd, and it's very cool to seeing how each ninja can hold themselves as leader in each season. Cole has one of the best character arcs in this entire season, and I felt like this should have been Cole's season. I mean, yeah, we could have had Lloyd, saving Lloyd's storyline also, but I felt like by making Cole a ghost, spoiler alert, we could have had more character development for him in this season. And since this season is very cool, Cole's season would have been at number 4 on my list. But this also does pave the way for Sensei Yang to be in Day of the Departed, which Day of the Departed is trash, but I like seeing Sensei Yang. Sensei Yang is very cool, and especially because he is the master of air jitsu. He created air jitsu, so that's very cool. Nia destroying the cursed realm is also very cool, and I like seeing the different realms in this, and it also paves the way for season 6 too. What happens in season 6 is that the fall of Ninjago strikes Nadakon into action. Basically, it pushes Nadakon into action to try to destroy the ninja, because what happened in season 5 has a direct consequence and leads directly into season 6. But I also like seeing the air jutsu aspects, and Moro being redeemed in this season is very cool and has one of the most redeemable arcs inside of any TV show I've ever seen. But like I said before, air jitsu, I wish I've seen more because I love air jitsu. We need to see more of air jitsu in later seasons, and right now it's just non-existent. We have Spinjitzu, but they got to do some type of special elemental ritual for that. So I want more air jitsu. Please, Lego, please. Kicking off our top 3 list is The Legacy of the Green Ninja. Really, this season is just as good as it's good. I love the kimono suits. I love the elemental blades. I love seeing Lloyd actually access his true potential a lot more. And I love seeing the Golden Dragon. Everything about this season is just very cool, and I love seeing the ninja get their elemental powers back, and Lloyd discovering his and him fighting the Overlord with the Golden Dragon. That is so amazing. But when this season came out, I watched every episode of the season and I was satisfied, and I was watching it throughout. I love the final battle with them versus the Stone Warriors, and it's just the ninjas versus this big army of Stone Warriors, and it is very cool. But this season does have a lot of backlash because of the filler episodes, and the filler episodes, in my opinion, are bad, but they are the most rewatchable ones, with the pirates coming and the ninja having their own evil clones. But the Overlord is pretty cool, especially when he turns into dragon form, and Lloyd becoming the ultimate Spinjitzu master was paid off and amazing in a way that I've never thought that I watched a show just like this. I loved watching this season, and it deserves to be at my number 3 spot. But the only reason why I say my number 3 spot is because of the filler episodes. Our runner-up at number 2 is Season 8, Sons of Garmadon. The only aspects about this is very cool, and I honestly wish that I was watching this season when it first premiered. I have the DVD of Ninjago, of the Lego Ninjago movie, and they had a sneak peek for Season 8, and I wish that I was watching Season 8 each week that it premiered, because this season is just amazing. The more I watch it, the more I love it. Like, I love this season. I can watch this season any day of the week. I can watch this season all day, all night, just for no reason at all. Because, first off, the animation is amazing here. Everything just looks so real and vibrant, and it looks better than any Ninjago season that we've seen before. And the villains are just very cool. They're powerful, and really they don't even have any powers. They're just a biker gang, but they're so powerful through that. This is the darkest season out of all Ninjago, and it makes sense because the designs changed, and I love that. I love that part about it because of what happened in Season 7. Since Season 7 was such a bad season, they said, you know what, Season 8 is going to be better. We're going to have consequences from Season 7 to be inside of Season 8. So, with them going back in time, changing stuff, this kind of changes the designs, and they don't even know that they've changed designs. In their eyes, they see the same people that we've seen for 5 years. But now, we're seeing the designs from the movie, but in the show, the ninja are actually seeing their old designs when they look at themselves in the mirror. Actually kind of warming up to the new designs as well. A resurrected Garmadon is unnecessary, but it is executed greatly here, and it paves the way for Hunted and March of the Oni to be concluded in this 3-part trilogy. But the Spinjitzu, how they do Spinjitzu is very weird. And the Spinjitzu itself, I love the look of the Spinjitzu. You know, Kai and Zane, they have their little round Spinjitzu. Lloyd, Nia, and Jay, they have their original tornado Spinjitzu. And Cole has like this dirt type Spinjitzu, and it's very cool. But I kind of wish that Air Jutsu was still in this season. But like I said before, they have to do some type of special ritual to do Spinjitzu, and it's really weird why they would make that. But all in all, this season is just amazing. And if you're a fan of Ninjago, definitely check out this season because it is so awesome. The fight scenes are executed best here. I feel like these are like one of the best fight scenes in the entire series, and the new voice for Lloyd is just executed greatly here, and I feel like it was better than Hunted and better than March of the Oni, and especially better than Seekers of the Forbidden Spinjitzu. This season is the best out of the entire trilogy. But coming in at my number 1 is Season 4, Tournament of Elements. And I kind of battled back and forth for Tournament of Elements to be either number 1 or number 2 because I just love Sons of Garmadon so much. But I have to put Tournament of Elements up here this high because the mystery of the spy in the island kept me on the edge of my seat while I was watching this season. And it was just so cool seeing the sneak peek right after Zane's death and learning that Zane is actually alive, and it's cool seeing the ninja become a family again. And it's not to mention that there is an underground fight club with elemental masters. This is insane. And having Lloyd be the leader of all of the elemental masters and actually having him be nerfed to his energy form in Season 3 so then he won't be too OP with his golden powers in Season 4 was so amazing and very smart. So I love this season because it is just so cool seeing the Anachondrite come back, seeing the ninja and the elemental masters fight each other in what Jay calls an underground fight club. This is why it comes in at number 1 because Zane comes back, they have their elemental powers and use them to the fullest ability. They unlock their elemental dragons and you get to see other elemental masters use their elemental powers, and you get to see other people with the same type of abilities as the ninja. This is why it comes in at number 1. Alright guys, that is it for the video. Please note that everything that I say in this video is just my personal opinion. My list is certainly not the right list, so please feel free to comment down below your list of the Ninjago seasons. You can do your ranking, or you could just do your favorite, or you could just do your top 10. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.